We're really excited about this proposal. We think it has a lot of potential. Will Scott and I specifically have been working on this idea together for a little bit, and we're ready to kind of get some feedback and visibility in the community. And we've structured this enough to start really pushing the discussion forward. I'll start with kind of a general explanation of what we're looking at here, but the idea is that we want to use some of the space of the data that's available on chain presently. There's a few option windows that are available to propose allowing retrieval clients to specify when they make a deal what the frequency of their expectation for retrieval of that deal is. And the goal behind this is that we can basically stratify storage deals into a small handful of tiers of retrievability. And there's nothing, the level that this proposal's at, this would be kind of an optional deal, but what I want folks to walk away from seeing this is frankly just looking at this FIP and participating in the discussion. That's far and above the most important thing we can get as far as feedback from you all. But we've taken the first stab at proposing what these tiers would be. And we've kind of come up with a handful of retrieval scenarios based on analyzing kind of what's available in RetrievalBot and what we see across the network and all the data that's like available to us that look like they make a lot of sense to us. Of course, we'd love y'all's feedback and input on this, but they kind of roll out as offline, archival, actually online data, public, and then the CDN speed stuff, which is on a completely different tier entirely. But this kind of allows for these like very long and cold use cases to exist where very infrequent accesses of any data are expected from the client. But also it enables people to state that, hey, I expect to be able to, retrieve this stuff that I'm making this storage deal on with a high level of frequency. In that way, we can kind of stratify the deals so that you're actually able to see and do a bit of measurement across the network of what retrieval expectations are and what they're being met. At a slightly deeper level, this is exactly where in the proposal struct we're proposing to drop this flag. Basically, I threw a link in here. Let me just drop that link so that you all can also check this out. But this is the line in the current struct that we propose, including this flag. And basically, you can set it, or if you don't set it by default, it's just going to go straight to offline, which is the slowest of all the three, which has 0 expectation for frequency or retrieval. And that allows you to specify all deals as offline, meaning the sneaker net. And then as far as backwards compatibility, just in case anybody's concerned about that, nothing to be worried about. These are optional. So any current future deals not being specified, they're just going to follow their current behavior. So really minimal impact. What this actually accomplishes is it gives clients a bit of a voice in regards to how they specify a deal and retrievability. And then additionally, it gives us the ability to view what the makeup of deals is across the network, which is really important. Discussion I dropped the link here. I also dropped it in the chat. I'd recommend you all go over there, give the FIP a read, look at the tiers, if that makes sense to you, if this idea makes sense to you, and then drop your feelings in the discussion. We really want to get kind of your sense of things. We think this is critically important to achieve a higher utilization of fill. And we truly believe that giving the retrieval clients a voice, but actually making it quantifiable is critically important. And I will stop there.
Thanks, Torfin. I'll kick us off with the first question. As you,
Yep.
I know I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but in practicality, like, is this something that the storage provider is going to do, or is this actually going to be done by the client?
So I think, practically speaking, this is something that we would expect the storage provider to do. They're the ones that are going to be onboarding the deal. I think there are a lot of ways to approach this, since it's an optional flag, that potentially the folks that are building things that give clients more autonomy in the deal making process could leverage this in order to give clients a little bit more power in the choice making of how they specify their deals. But ultimately, the reason that we think storage providers would be excited about this and see it as kind of a banner opportunity is that they can control it. If they leave all their deals offline, then their deals are offline. That's not a, not a problem. But ultimately, if they do specify deals as they're making them, and they show the world kind of what the stratification of deals is that they're onboarding, that's indexed and advertised, like, what's public, we'll actually be able to understand better, and the clients themselves will be able to understand better what the expectations they should have of the frequency of retrieval are, which right now just doesn't exist on the network. There's not, there's not a clear representation to the people who would potentially want to use Filecoin to store stuff. What truly should they be getting out of a particular storage deal that they make, as far as it comes to retrievability? And we really want to clear that up for everyone, storage providers and clients alone. Specifically, this makes for a lot of calculation capabilities, because you can look at, as a storage provider, how much pipe you've got available and what retrieval is going to cost you relative to the deals that you've made, because now they're classified and you've got them sorted by size, and you can actually start to build some tools around understanding whether or not you're overloading your pipe or taking on deals that are not best suited towards your business model. So we see this as something that should be incredibly empowering for storage providers as it starts to evolve and build data. People probably want to get into this and like try to break apart what the stratification currently is we propose of retrievals. Folks, you can reach out to me obviously directly on Filecoin Slack, but also if you do have questions about this, I would love it if you drop them in the discussion so that everybody can benefit from those questions kind of as we continue trying to iterate on this proposal.